speaking for Love Grind. So the question that we have today is, couples often take each other for granted. What is something you appreciate about your partner, and have you told them? Well, something that I truly appreciate about Keyshawn is that he is always there for me in a caring way, whether I'm like not in a mental state or not. And also, he like is super like protective in a way that is like not overprotective or like too much controlling. And so I think that's what I really appreciate about him, and also aside from being a good man.
What I appreciate is the fact that she is very loving and understanding, and always forgives me through all the stupid stuff I end up doing eventually. And yes, I have told it.
Yes, we have told each other what we appreciate about each other, even though it's hard not to get caught up in our day-to-day lives. But at the end of the day, we still do appreciate each other and what we do and what we bring to the relationship.
Hey love bugs, how are you? I hope I come to you tonight with love in your heart. Thanks for joining Love Grind. I'm love that you're here with me. Please visit Facebook Love Grind or Instagram Love Grind and follow me and friend me on there and see all the wonderful content so you can share with somebody and you can take it in, okay? I just want to say that I'm not a licensed therapist, okay? I'm getting all of my information tonight from a site called loveaddict.com, and feel free to visit that site and get some more information. It's a great site, okay? And you're treating each other well. Tonight, love bugs, we're going to go over some unrealistic expectations in relationships, okay? Because the love addict or any addict has very unrealistic expectations in any relationship that they have or are looking to hold, and it's really not healthy. And so we're going to go over some of those tonight, okay? All right, so let's get started. Unrealistic expectations in relationships. Okay, insecurely attached love addicts often enter romantic relationships with unrealistic expectations. As human beings, we live our lives with certain expectations. For emotionally healthy individuals, expectations are more likely to be realistic and rational based on reality. For individuals whose emotional health is less than, healthy expectations are unrealistic and impractical. And this certainly is the case for the love addict and an addictive relationship. Okay, so unrealistic as shit is like you want them to ride it on a horse, or always know what you're feeling and thinking, or just always doing whatever you say to do, he or she. Those are unrealistic things, okay? All right, so let's get into it. A relationship based idealistic expectations equals love addict, okay? So that's what that means. Realistic expectations help to form the basis for healthy love, one of the unhealthy core issues for the love addict, which contributes to a great deal of dissatisfaction and disillusionment. Stems from entering romantic relationships with unrealistic expectations about their partner and how the relationship could be or should be. Okay, here are a few examples of unrealistic expectations common for love addicts. Okay, so here's some examples, guys. My partner should continually take responsibility for my feelings, happiness, and well-being. We talked about that, love bugs. It's so unrealistic to think that someone always can be in control of your happiness, and it's very rude of you. You have to be self-aware, okay? You have to be. My partner should always give me unconditional positive regard and constant reinforcement to feel worthy, valuable, and loved. This is different from one of the love languages, love bugs. This is not always about affirmations, and I'm like that too. I always want someone to say atta girl, and it's unrealistic because they're not going to say that shit all the time, you know what I mean? You just got to be self-confident and know you're doing a good job. They'll tell you, and you can feel it, right? Okay, my partner should spend all of his or her time with me, never apart. Very unrealistic. We're grown-ups, we have jobs to do, and other people in our lives. Very unrealistic. And then maybe a relationship should always have passion and excitement, never boring. Ridiculous. Sometimes you get boring. It gets monotone in a relationship. Just sitting on the couch together. I used to paint, my ex used to be on the computer, and we were fine with that, okay? So you can't be unrealistic and think that you're supposed to have a party in a relationship all the time. It can't be like that. Love addicts tend to expect too much, too soon, and presume their partner will live up to their fantasy expectations of what love should be. To be the king or queen, savior, rescuer, who will provide purpose and aliveness, meet all of their needs, and take care of them emotionally, physically, and or financially. Most common unrealistic expectations for the love addict are the most significant impossible expectation love addicts tend to have is the expectation that their partner is the one person and is responsible who will provide them continual, unconditional positive regard and reinforcements. That's ridiculous, okay? That's just totally ridiculous. They think I need you to make me feel worthy, valuable, and lovable all the time. And that isn't impossible. As human beings, we cannot constantly make somebody feel assured like that. Even our children. There's times when you don't hear that all the time. You don't feel that. Does that mean your partner doesn't love you? No. Okay? And it's unrealistic to think that they're supposed to be on board like that all the time. I think that could be a reason why my relationship ended. I was so needy for love and he was avoidant, so he definitely wasn't giving it the way I needed it. And he probably thought I was needy, and I definitely thought I was emotionally unavailable. And so those two things don't go together. Okay? What's more is expecting a love avoidant partner, and particularly a narcissist, to live up to impossible expectations. It's senseless, especially avoidant partner. They're definitely not going to live up to that, okay? Here are some healthy expectations that we should have in romantic relationships. So these are healthy ones, guys, okay? Realistic ones. To be treated respectfully, to share common interests, not all, to compromise and negotiate when problems arise, to feel safe and secure, to have a satisfying sexual relationship, to not be abused or to not have to abuse alcohol or drugs, okay? To feel like best friends. Those are realistic expectations that we can have in our relationships, and that's fine, okay? And that's something that you can expect, to feel safe and secure. Those are healthy things, okay? But not for him to be your saving or her your saving grace every day, all the time, okay? In healthy relationships and in healthy living, contain the component of reality and expectations based on reality, not magical thinking, okay? He's not gonna fly in or she's not gonna fly in on an eagle and save you every time, okay? It's just impossible. We're human. We cannot expect a person who has a history of abuse or cheating to live up to any healthy expectations when you come along. We cannot expect or demand a person to be who we think they should be or live up to the potential we think they have. We cannot expect a fulfilling, loving relationship with a love avoidant or narcissistic person. Okay, so if your guy had a lot of girls and he was always cheating, he's not going to stop because you came along, okay, or she. All right, these are things that you can't just be outlandishly thinking, and we all do it. We all have, unrealistic expectations sometimes, but it becomes unhealthy when it's all the time and you're basing your life and their movements upon these unrealistic expectations, love bugs. Okay, you gotta be there. You gotta be self-aware of what you're doing, what you're asking. Okay, expecting the impossible is wasted time and energy. Can and you deserve to expect the possible, okay, and demand nothing less than setting high, realistic, healthy expectations of and for yourself and expecting people in your life who can meet them. And if they cannot, you move on until you find people, your partner, friends, or whatever, who can and will honor these expectations. As long as they're healthy expectations, people around you will love you the way that you want. If you set the example and love yourself first, they will follow suit. If they see you taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul, there's nothing else they can do but love you and follow in your footsteps of you loving yourself, okay? So you make sure you're just being realistic. It is simply unfair and dishonorable when we expect anyone to meet magical, unrealistic expectations, and in particular, it is immature and childlike when holding a person responsible for our emotional well-being, okay? It is not up to somebody else to figure out how we're supposed to feel. It is up to us to do that, love bugs. And I just want you to know that we all sometimes have unrealistic shit going on in our head, but you got to catch yourself and bring yourself back down and understand that we're just humans. So people can't read your mind. If you communicate in a healthy way, they'll pick up on it, okay? And you got to love the person for who they are. You know who they are and what they're about. If you can't accept it, you got to move on, all right? So just remember all of those things. Take note of all the unrealistic and the realistic, healthy expectations you can have in a relationship, okay? And I hope you're treating each other very well and loving each other. And until next time, love bugs, I'm out.